Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't believe I just spilled. Damn it. Dang it. Hello, hello. I figured I'd come live for a little bit, chat with you guys. So, how are y'all doing? Hello, Nick. So, that Mercury is almost going direct. I cannot wait for this part to be done. Just a lot of really odd behaviors from people, and I'm just over it. I'm so over it. But, I think with Mercury having been so intense, this retrograde was seriously intense. It's really cleared a lot of space out. A lot of us have gone through cycles of purging, and it's prepared space for us to bring in higher frequencies, much higher frequencies. So what are y'all doing? Are you guys all at work? Hold on. Right, Emma? I gotta hold this up because, gosh, my thing is almost dead. Yeah. Let me see if I can put it here instead. And just hold it like that. So, yeah. Girl, tell me about it. You tell me about it. It's just been crazy. People who I would never have guessed would behave in the way that they did. Woo! I'm like, what the fuck? You lost your caca-ass mind is what it is. You've lost your caca-ass mind. Or maybe I've lost my caca-ass mind. I don't know. Was there just a supermoon? Was it just this past 21st? Man, I'm like, listen. Listen, Linda. Hi, Melissa. So, yeah, what do you think happens after we've experienced this amount of retrograde fuckery? What happens after that? Was that, man, that's been me for basically the totality of March, basically. The entirety of March has been one big, what the fuck? And yeah, what happens after the purging, Melissa? What happens? What do we do? Do we like bring these fuckers back from the dead? Because with that level of like, what the fuck is your problem? I tend to believe that person is dead to me. It's not the best spiritual practice, but it's the most honest. I'm just like, you're fucking dead. That's it. I ain't even gonna murder you. That's a total waste of my time. You cease to exist. So when the retrograde is done, do you go back into your consciousness? Like, okay, let's bring them back. Let's go ahead and let's like remove the erasure. I don't even know how to put it. But it's just. So she says, I'm not knowing. Honestly, I think this is the first time it has affected me in this way. I don't usually have an issue with retrograde. Usually I'm like, these people are so dramatic with all this retrograde bullshit. This time I was like, what the fuck? Is this really what people are talking about with the whole retrograde shit? So yeah, no, this cycle was literally like eye-opening, like literally eye-opening, because the people, I kid you not, the people who I really truly felt like would never, ever behave the way in which they did it. Like people who I totally were like, nah, you're a total waste of my time and my effort. Like, I expect zero from you. They totally stepped up to the plate. And then the people who are like, no, they'd never. Motherfuckers. They totally did. They totally did. Official stuff. I don't have any cards with me right now. I don't have any cards with me right now. They're put away on my shelf, unfortunately. Folks were folding like laundry. See, I mean, there's nothing wrong with folding, but what are you folding? Dirty laundry? Isn't that a waste of your time to fold dirty laundry? Because that's kind of like what people's behaviors were during the retrograde. It was literally like they were folding filthy laundry. So this purging should be done in 3 days. Theoretically, it should be done in 3 days. I should actually have the Mercury space. I should have the Mercury space come on live with me and talk about astrological stuff, because he's really good at it. He's like really, really good at it. Alex from the Mercury space. You guys have to look him up. I don't know. I don't know shit about astrology. I really don't. I bought a book. I bought 2 books. I was like, okay, so I'm totally going to learn everything about astrology. I'm going to be a little expert, and I'm going to be able to answer people's questions when they ask me stuff about astrology. I'm going to buy 2 books. Be extra thorough. And then the first book, I was like thumbing through it, and I was trying to understand shit. And I even printed out my birth chart. And the book basically said, my soul is a slut. My soul is slutty. And I was like, what? What? That's what my chart says. After that, I was like, fuck this. I don't need to know about nothing astrological. There was a reason I never learned about astrology. It's because my soul is slutty. I don't even know how I came to that conclusion, but I read the book a couple times. And I came to the same conclusion every single time, was that, oh my gosh, my higher self is a floozy. So let's see. A friend astrologer of mine says the next few years, running up to 2026, when we fully transition over to the age of Aquarius, are going to get real as old systems collapse and make way for a new. Well, yeah. More Blu-rays are being born, or actually have already been born, and are coming into their own. They're recognizing their birthright, who they are, and, beginning to explore their soul purpose. And so what's going to end up happening, as more of them come here, as more of them wake up, then they're able to anchor in higher and higher energies. And so that's going to really help to pull Gaia up. And, because of, excuse me, I had to hold because of reciprocal reflection, whatever happens to the planet is reflected by her inhabitants. And so as she raises in frequency due to the presence of the Blu-rays, so will everyone else. Let me just... But yeah, this paradigm that we currently exist within, it is just not working. Well, no, it's working the way it should, which is not the way or what we need. And so it's on its way out. It's in its death throes, It's definitely not going to go out without a fight. It's going to hold on with bloody fingernails. So yeah, that's that. I mean, how do you think it's gonna switch over? Is that gonna be something where those in control are gonna be like, oh, let's just give them back their power? It's not gonna happen like that. Is it gonna be full on nuclear war? excuse me, we have the, as a collective whole, we have the ability and the authority to manifest something else, a different outcome, a different transition. And so I personally believe that that's the reason why the news is the way it is, and why people are encouraged to watch the news daily. It's because they're attempting to have us manifest the very demise that they've orchestrated. Like, no. What's happening in Antarctica or the Arctic Bliss sinkhole? What? What? I'm not sure. I don't watch. I intentionally don't watch TV. I know there's a lot of things that happen in Antarctica. I have quite a few theories about things that have been discussed over the past few years. But if you're talking about a specific current event, I have no idea what you're talking about. And yes, most people can behave like lemmings, following each other over the cliff. Coco Lean says those in control will stop at nothing for us to obey and be mindless slaves. Well, here's the thing. They've created such a perfectly designed system. This system is perfectly designed. It gives the slaves an illusion of control. That's what the whole voting thing is for. In reality, your vote means shit. It's the electoral college that selects who the president will be. So your vote, the people's vote, means shit. But when you register to vote, then that basically binds you to the system and you have to play by their rules. So yeah, they give you the illusion of control, of power, and then they create separation. They do release controlled opposition. The information is a half-truth. Half-truths are dangerous because you don't know which one is truth and which one is a lie. What part are you talking about? The lie or the truth? And then it becomes very difficult to disprove a half-truth because it has enough components of truth that cause people to vehemently defend it. So most are uncomfortable by a loner, but my beliefs cause me to elevate beyond most comprehension. Well, solitude is dangerous for this construct of control because when you experience solitude, you cease to fear who you are, and who you are at the core of things is a sovereign. Sovereign souls are not told what to do. They're asked. They're asked for compliance. They are not told or commanded, So, and yes, Givenchy, fuck the system. I'm just saying. Seriously. And what ends up happening, there is a psychological condition. It's called cognitive dissonance. And so once you begin to share actual truth, they begin to really attack you and defend the very system that has enslaved them. Because it's your truth, your existence, it negates the lie that they've been living. That's hard for a lot of people to process. That's very, very hard. Let's see. What do I think about MK Ultra? It's true. It's been in use for several generations. Several. It's not a lie. A lot of celebrities, their little breakdowns, that's MK Ultra programming. That's faulty programming. And they have to go back in and stay with their handler and be reprogrammed. MK Ultra, that's not a conspiracy. You guys, most conspiracies are factual. It's only conspiracy until the majority recognize it as a fact. That's a fact. That's an absolute fact. So yeah, are you afraid of what you don't know? Yeah, that's why they don't want you to know it. It's insane. Yeah, I don't want to say some of this stuff because I don't want to say some of this stuff. But there's a very real program that's been put into place. It's caused It's an attack on the family unit, because divided we fall easier. And so what they've done, they've separated the masculine and the feminine. They've caused them to be at war with each other, causing the young to have to be raised by one parent, and then they attack the young. They've caused desensitization to violence, to all kind of stuff. They've overly sexualized our children. I mean, look at Bratz dolls. I'm really out of the loop. My kids don't get to watch TV like that. Bratz dolls. What the fuck does a child need to have a Bratz doll for, wearing a thong? I'm just saying, it's a question. It's a question. So let's see. The term conspiracy theorist. Oh, no, wait. I don't know what's going on. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Sorry. I accidentally pressed something. The term conspiracy theorist is used to discredit and humiliate those exposing truths. It's dark man. Yep. Yes, Emma. Girl, we could be homies. We could still be homies. That's the truth. Yes, not only do they make money off the young, they also traffic them. They don't want order out of chaos. They want chaos out of order. Coco Lean. It's through the chaos that they create separation, and it's through the separation that they weaken the whole. No. Melling Nelson, I almost blocked you. I'm so sorry. Pedophilia is associated with more than Hollywood. And as a matter of fact, I'll share something with you that you could research on your own. The name Hollywood, the origination of the Hollywood itself, is actually satanic. And satanic is not the same as Luciferian. Those are two very different things. Okay? With Hollywood, the most holiest of woods when they're doing their dark arts is, you okay? I believe is holly, okay? And so, what do they use Hollywood for? For fucking spell crafting. Not all witches, not all spells are bad or evil. Get that straight real quick. We're not lumping them all together. We're talking about a very specific sect. So what they did, they use this tool to go ahead and do spell casting couch, casting. So what they're doing, they've used Hollywood and all the actors, all the movies and this and that, to cast spells upon you, to cause you to want to continue to perpetuate your participation in the very paradigm that has enslaved you and all your ancestors. I'm just saying. You could look this up. That's the origin of it. That's why they called it. They figured that they would make a central location where they would launch this from. Yeah, no energy is evil. Evil is an intention. That is a human construct to label a human intention. Energy is neutral. Energy is positive or negative, not good or bad. Good or bad is a human construct. It's a limited human understanding of something so infinite that we can't quite wrap our mind around it. We just can't. Energy is consciousness. Why do you think energy work is so taboo? They tell you that, They make you believe that it's evil, demonic, for you to speak to your guides and your higher self. Well, why do you need to speak to something external from you? You are hardwired into God. Why do you need to have a middleman? Why do you need to confess your sins? If God knows everything, is omnipresent, omnipowerful, why do you need to go to a man who is, in truth, your sibling in Christ? Call that individual father, confess your sins, and ask for forgiveness. If the God they're talking about is an omnipotent presence, doesn't that God already know that within your heart you are already bleeding for forgiveness. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That my thoughts gave you motivation to do yard work. That's right. That's right. Sweep that shit out. Sweep out that shit. Yeah, no, seriously, that is really right, because you have to tend to your garden. You do. You have to tend to your garden lest non-beneficial plants and the like start to grow. Yeah. You've always said that argument to people. Good. Good. It's time people question this shit, because the truth of Jesus's teachings is so not in alignment with religious dogma. It's not. As a matter of fact, and I'm not trying to bash Christians or Catholics or any other religion, but I'm just stating fact. Jesus, the Christ, first, that's not even his name. Secondly, he was in a scene, and the powers that be launched a massive campaign to eradicate the Essenes, because Jesus's teachings taught that God is everywhere, beneath a rock, in a tree, whatever the hell. God is in everything and everyone, and that just takes the control away from the higher ups. And so we can't have that. Jesus's teachings are in full alignment with sovereignty. Sovereignty has no room for begging for forgiveness. And as a matter of fact, I have very specific beliefs about forgiveness. I have very, very specific beliefs. I believe forgiveness is bullshit. I believe forgiveness is a thinly veiled finger in that hand of control. It's an illusion. Forgiveness is an illusion. It's a power struggle. And I don't need to forgive you. You don't need to forgive me. I just need to recognize you've gifted me with an opportunity to ripen my inner understanding, and we just keep moving forward. Whether we move forward together or on separate paths, it's irrelevant. We just keep moving forward. There is a black government. Absolutely. There's a black government. Fuck, you're gonna get my page flagged, Godzilla. Facebook already took my fucking page. I've lost so many profiles talking about these subjects. Fuck you. No, not you. I'm talking about social media. Yeah. No, Lacey Snow, Spirit doesn't tell you to forgive. Spirit is not involved in the frivolities of man. That is a human construct. Forgiveness requires one party to be a victim and the other party to be an aggressor. And really, though, there's no real thing as victim. If you understand the concepts of energy in the way that I understand it, and my understanding is not superior to yours, it's just different. Okay, if you understand energy in the way that I understand, forgiveness causes you to give away your sovereign power. You are, by participating in that program of forgiveness, you are stating through energy and intention that you have given your power away to someone. They have dominated you and you have been victimized. I am no fucking victim. You will not victimize me. But on a soul level, I have agreed to whatever the fuck just happened. My mind might not understand it, but on a soul level, my soul said, you gonna learn today, boo-boo. It's gonna be a little bit painful. Do some stretches. Right, Carrie? You know what I'm saying? Hashtag sovereign. So Emma says, I believe in forgiveness as a process of releasing energy and being within unconditional love, not condoning, but becoming fluid, formless. So that is how I believe as well. But do I call it forgiveness? No, because when you use, and again, I'm not correcting you, Emma. These are just my personal beliefs. I don't like to use the term forgiveness because it very much carries with it that stigma of the one doing the forgiving is the victim. And I just refuse to be labeled as such. I'm not a victim. You can't victimize me. You just can't. You just can't. Because there's nothing within my mental programming that will allow me to participate in anything that gives away my sovereignty. You may be able to beat the shit out of me. You may be able to physically do something to me, but you'll never break my soul. Ego doesn't need to be killed, Lacey. Lacey Snow 84. Ego is designed for a reason. So if you're saying ego is an issue and that ego shouldn't exist, then you are negating the fact that God is all powerful, all knowing, omnipotent. Did God create everything? You're saying that God made a mistake creating ego? Or are you saying God didn't create ego? Which one is it? Now, what if ego existed to bring to the forefront of your awareness the very things from within you that need your attention and you've refused out of fear of recognizing your greatness and your lack of reach for that greatness? What if that's what's causing you to fear your ego? Because my ego works the opposite way. When my ego is flared up, it shrinks me. It doesn't hyperinflate my sense of importance. It shrinks me. My ego exists for a very specific reason. You can't have the type of abilities that I have and think you're the shit. Ego needs to flare. It needs to be like, girl, check yourself. Girl, you getting a little too grown for those britches. Check yourself. Shrink it on down. You're here to serve humanity. You're not here to dominate it. So you tell me ego is evil? I beg to differ. I beg to differ. And this is just my personal opinion. My personal opinion. I know how my ego works. Now, if you can stay centered in your truth, ego is balanced. Ego is balanced. It's like how I said, because much of my life I wanted to be hidden away. I didn't want people to know that I can do what I do and that I have the beliefs that I have, because it's a scary thing. It's a scary thing to finally acknowledge, publicly acknowledge, I don't fit in the box. I'm different. I am a quantum anomaly in a linear world. And it's painfully clear to me how different I am. That's a scary, scary thing to accept. Scary thing. But in your acceptance of yourself, you're actually freeing yourself. You're freeing yourself from the mental, emotional, physiological, and spiritual shackles. And that's a beautiful thing. Right. That's cognitive dissonance, Melly. People want to attack what they can't understand. That is cognitive dissonance. And I'm not going to attack you back because you have something going on that's causing you to fear. It's not, there's nothing sovereign about that. By laws of sovereignty, you must respect my stance and I must respect yours. Whether we agree or not is irrelevant. Irrelevant. And that's okay, you don't agree, Lacey Snow. She says, I just don't agree, in my opinion, that forgiving anyone is saying you are a victim. That's okay. And that's okay, because for a very long time, I believed the same as you. A very long time. I absolutely believe that 100%. What if someone doesn't want your forgiveness? How do you move on? What if you forgive someone and they do it again? How do you move on? It's a cycle. It's a cycle. To me, to my perception, how I perceive that, it's a cycle. It's a very well hidden illusion. But again, that's just for me. That's my my level of understanding. You know, different parts of the mountain. We're on different parts of the mountain, but we're still both climbing to the top, right? Right. Emma says a cycle we have chosen until it's broken. The cycle doesn't break. It doesn't. You choose to stop participating. She says it is. Mental forgiveness, cutting the contract to move on. You forgive for yourself to move on. Well, do you have to forgive then? Or can you just move on? What if the people who have been hurt so badly, have been so emotionally, energetically, spiritually traumatized that they can't find it within themselves to be like, it's okay, I forgive you? Are they not allowed to move on? Now, what if we can shift the perception, even just a little, shift it to where you don't need to forgive, you just need to recognize you no longer need to be angry. You no longer need to continue to relive that trauma every single time it comes up. Every single time the subject comes up, every single time that person or circumstance is brought to the forefront of your awareness again, you don't have to relive that trauma. Keep moving forward, keep climbing. And that's what my concept is. That's why I feel it no longer needs to involve forgiveness. Like reclaiming yourself, reclaiming your energy, your thoughts, all of that. There's no space in my life for the whole forgiveness thing. And it's not to say that you are wrong for still wanting to forgive. I'm saying I've just finally gotten to a point in my journey where I recognize the whole forgiveness thing no longer fits in my co-created reality. Someone hurt me really, really badly as a child. And I was very angry. And it really wounded me and hurt me so bad for most of my life. And in my 30s, I forgave them. And it was all good until that narcissistic behavior popped back up. And they chose to hurt me again. And at that point, like, no, motherfucker, nope, I'm not even mad anymore. Like, no, you're not in my space. I don't need to forgive you. I need to understand you had a role in my growth. The things you did to me as a child, it grew me. It grew me in ways no other person or circumstance could grow me. It made me strong. And for that, I'm thankful. But your role in my journey is now complete. I've learned the lessons. I'm moving forward. That's my stance. Are you going to be allowed into my life again? If you can match my frequency. If my soul can be reassured that you are done attempting to perpetuate those cycles of abuse with me, yes, I will welcome you back. But until that point, I will love you from afar in silence. You don't need my forgiveness, nor do I need yours. I don't need to ask you if you are sorry, because everything that happened to me grew me. And that's something my soul agreed to. My soul agreed to it because I have specific things in this life that I need to accomplish, and I won't be able to accomplish them if I don't understand the gravity of my strength, my tenacity, my refusal to stay down after getting beat. Because you could beat me all you want, but I'm going to keep getting the fuck back up. I'm going to get back up because I'm stubborn. And in that moment, my stubbornness is my strength. It's my refusal to cave and be a victim. If you're going to victimize me, it's going to be mutual combat. I would prefer not, but if you force me to, that shit will be mutual combat. We both going to be fucked up at the end of that. One sovereign to another. We go toe to toe. You will not dominate a queen in her kingdom. Nope. Wrong queen, motherfucker. You just approached the lands of a warrior queen. And maybe you did that because you needed to learn on some level. Your soul needed you to learn about boundaries, about cause and effect. For every causation exists an effect. And maybe I needed to be the one to deliver it to you. Or maybe I'm just full of myself. I don't know. I don't know. That's the whole point of life, is to question and experience and just fucking flow. Instead of confining yourself to constructs that are so limited that they're created for humans, I transcend humanity and I tap right into my divinity. And that's what makes me dangerous. That's what makes me different. That's what causes me to be the template of change that I'm seeking. And as I continue to experience this life, being exactly who I am with no apologies and recognizing I'm not perfect, I'm still growing, my thoughts and beliefs and all of that are still going to continue to change through my entire life. It frees the people who witness it to begin experiencing their own authenticity. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. The untapped potentiality. You're tapping into it. Simply by questioning, by being stubborn, by rebelling against the very system that has enslaved you. That's some shit. So I gotta get going. I have to teach a meditation class. I'm gonna do a meditation class really quick. I probably won't be back on tonight, but definitely subscribe or follow this page, and subscribe to my YouTube. I'm going to put this on YouTube if you guys, well, if it lets me save it. If you guys want to rewatch it later on, I will definitely have this on my YouTube. Thank you for listening to me share my shit. And that's another thing. True spirituality is not about being super serious. If you can't laugh at yourself, laugh with yourself, that shit ain't spiritual. There's no namaste in that shit at all. Love you guys. Bye.